The essence of true attraction lies not in chasing or clinging, but in the art of being. When a woman masters the power of detachment, she becomes irresistible, because her value shines from within. A man is drawn to what he sees as rare and irreplaceable, and a woman who detaches shows just that. She doesn't seek attention, approval, or affirmation. Her life is full, her purpose is clear, and her joy is not tied to anyone else. Detachment is not indifference. It is a quiet confidence that says, I am complete in who I am. When a woman understands this, she steps into a power that no man can overlook. Men are naturally wired to chase what challenges them and what moves their heart and mind. A detached woman doesn't beg for affection or ask for attention. Instead, she attracts it effortlessly because her energy is magnetic. She sets her standards high, not out of pride, but because she understands her worth. She is not afraid to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't align with her values. This strength of character builds an atmosphere of respect. A man can't help but honor a woman who respects herself enough to let go of what doesn't serve her. Detachment is also about emotional balance. She doesn't fall apart under pressure or lose herself in the highs and lows of love. She stays steady, choosing to grow and chase her dreams rather than get lost in temporary emotions. This emotional strength inspires a man to rise to her level because he sees that being around her is a gift, not a right. When a woman detaches, she creates space, and that space builds desire. Men are drawn to freedom. They want connection, but not to feel smothered. The detached woman gives him the room to choose her freely, which makes his commitment feel more real. She doesn't try to control him or manipulate situations. She simply exists as she is, and that makes her unforgettable. Her detachment isn't rejection, it's an invitation to grow. It says to a man, I am whole on my own, but if you want to walk beside me, you must meet me at my level. This approach brings out the best in him and allows their connection to be built on mutual admiration and respect. To the woman who learns how to detach, know this. You are not losing anything by letting go. You are gaining everything by standing strong in your self-worth. Your power is not in chasing, it is in simply being. Men cannot resist a woman who loves deeply yet stays free. That balance is what makes you special. Detachment is a deep sign of self-confidence. It shows you believe in your own worth and identity without question. A woman who practices detachment says, without speaking, that she is whole and complete just as she is. She does not need anyone's approval to feel good about herself. That inner calm becomes a quiet but strong energy that people naturally notice. A detached woman is not desperate for attention, affection, or praise. She doesn't chase after love or hold tightly to specific outcomes. Her confidence isn't based on what others say or do. She knows her worth is built in. It's not something others get to decide. This kind of deep self-trust allows her to make bold choices without fear. She's not scared of rejection or loss because she knows her value doesn't change. Detachment also brings clarity. A confident woman doesn't get swept away by every emotional wave. She doesn't cling to unhealthy relationships. She looks at her connections with a calm and steady heart, always making sure her choices match her values and purpose. Her detachment becomes a form of protection, keeping her from settling for less than what she truly deserves. This type of self-assurance creates a natural attraction. People are drawn to someone who carries that kind of confidence. It inspires and empowers those around her. It also pushes others to treat her well and respect her boundaries. A detached woman leads by example. She doesn't chase after people. She shows others how to treat her by how she treats herself. In the end, detachment built on self-confidence isn't about keeping people away. It's about staying grounded in your truth. It's an unspoken message that says, I am enough. And that is something no one can resist. Emotional independence is the root of strength and self-assurance. It means being able to move through life without needing constant support or praise from others. A woman who is emotionally independent controls her own inner world. She doesn't let outside events or other people's behavior decide how she feels about herself. That doesn't mean she shuts people out. It means she connects with them from a place of wholeness, not emptiness. She doesn't need people to fill emotional gaps or fix what she feels is broken inside. Instead, she creates happiness, peace, and confidence from within, and brings those things into her relationships as gifts, not demands. A woman with emotional independence takes responsibility for how she feels. She knows that while others can affect her, she's the one who chooses how to respond. This gives her the ability to handle tough times. She can feel disappointment or heartbreak without falling apart because she knows how to deal with her emotions in a healthy way. That emotional balance is incredibly attractive. A man admires a woman who is calm and sure of herself. It allows their relationship to grow without constant pressure or neediness. She doesn't want someone to complete her. She wants someone to share in the full life she already had. Her emotional independence also helps her set clear boundaries. She can say no without feeling guilty and walk away from anything that doesn't match her peace or her values. That self-respect builds a strong and healthy foundation in her relationships. In the end, emotional independence is freedom. The freedom to live honestly, to love fully, and to never lose yourself in the process. It's a way of saying that your joy and peace are yours to protect. That inner strength is what makes you unforgettable. Having high value and standards is a powerful expression of self-respect. It shows you know your worth and are fully committed to living in a way that honors it. A woman with high standards doesn't live this way out of pride or ego, but because she respects herself and her life path. She knows exactly what she wants and refuses to settle for anything less than what's meaningful and true to her. This clarity isn't about being hard or distant. It's about making space only for what fits her vision for life. Her worth shows in everything she does. She doesn't need others to tell her she's valuable. She already knows it. That confidence draws people in. It pulls in those who admire her strength and pushes away those who aren't ready to grow with her. She sets the tone for how she wants to be treated by first treating herself with care, love, and dignity. She's not afraid to leave behind a job, a friendship, or even a romantic connection if it doesn't reflect her worth. She knows that staying in situations that don't honor her value weakens her sense of self. Her willingness to walk away sends a clear message. Her time, her energy, and her presence are valuable, and she won't waste them. Having high standards doesn't mean she's difficult or unkind. It means she's clear. She knows that her life is shaped by her choices, and she makes those choices with care. Her standards act as a filter, making sure that only what is real, respectful, and uplifting stays in her space. That kind of focus and self-love naturally earns admiration. People are drawn to her strength. Men especially feel the need to grow and rise when they're around her. She doesn't demand respect. It's given freely because she lives in a way that deserves it. At the heart of it, having high value and strong standards isn't about keeping others out. It's about inviting the right people in, the ones who are willing to rise, to grow, and to honor what's best in themselves so they can walk beside her. That's what makes her not just powerful, but unforgettable. Mystery and attraction go hand in hand. They create a kind of magic that captures attention and sparks curiosity. A woman who has mystery doesn't reveal everything about herself right away. She allows her layers to unfold with time like a beautiful story. This mystery isn't about playing games or hiding things. It's about keeping her sense of self strong and alive. It invites others to explore, to wonder, and to appreciate her depth. Mystery creates space for discovery, and that discovery keeps people coming back. Fascinating. Her life has layers that take time and care to uncover, and this journey of discovery keeps a man engaged and curious. He feels drawn to understand more about her because there is always something new waiting to be revealed, a different insight, a hidden strength, or an untold experience. This sense of mystery also comes from deep confidence. A mysterious woman doesn't feel the need to seek constant validation or explain every part of herself. She feels at ease in silence, not trying to fill every pause with noise or motion, and that calm assurance creates a powerful presence. She understands her value and trusts that the right people will make the effort to know and appreciate her. Keeping mystery alive means honoring privacy and personal boundaries. She doesn't open her entire life to everyone, nor does she invite just anyone into her close circle. This selectiveness shows that her time, attention, and emotional energy are valuable. By holding parts of herself back, she sends a quiet but strong message. True closeness with her is something meaningful, not something to be taken for granted. The presence of mystery also keeps relationships fresh and alive. When a woman keeps growing, learning, and evolving as an individual, she stays unpredictable in the most exciting way. She brings new light, new thinking, and renewed energy to her relationships, making sure they don't grow dull or routine. This dynamic quality draws others in, keeping them emotionally invested and eager to grow with her. At the heart of mystery lies strong self-awareness. A woman who holds mystery knows who she is and what she believes in. She doesn't easily bend to the opinions or demands of others because she is grounded in her truth. This firmness makes her captivating. She becomes someone worth discovering, someone who earns admiration and genuine respect. Mystery isn't about building walls. It's about stirring curiosity. It draws others near, encouraging deeper connection and sincere interest. A woman who naturally carries this energy doesn't beg for attention, she naturally draws it. Her presence sticks in the mind, making her unforgettable, and urging others to discover the beauty and insight beneath the surface. Earning respect is one of the greatest results of a woman who values herself and loves intentionally. Respect is not something that can be forced. It is built through consistent choices, firm values, and strong self-respect. A woman who gains respect in both her relationships and day-to-day interactions does it by showing integrity, confidence, and clear boundaries that mirror how deeply she understands her own worth. When a woman holds herself in respect, she sets the tone for how others will treat her. She makes her boundaries known, not from fear or harshness, but because she understands that respect must begin with her. She doesn't let others walk over her or dismiss her. She calmly, yet clearly, communicates what she expects. That steadiness shows she honors herself, and it encourages others to do the same. Her behavior reflects her words. She doesn't offer empty promises or act against her beliefs. That reliability builds trust and admiration. People come to see her as someone real, someone solid. Her strength is in staying true to herself, even when the moment is tough or inconvenient. A woman who nurtures respect is also thoughtful about who she allows close. She doesn't chase approval or try to make everyone like her. Instead, she aims for genuine relationships with people who respect her values and appreciate her presence. That kind of care in choosing people shows that her energy and time matter and won't be handed out carelessly. She also expresses her self-worth through the way she moves, speaks, and presents herself. Her tone, posture, and calm approach show grace and confidence. She doesn't need to shout or argue to be heard. Her quiet strength draws focus, and her ability to stay grounded during tense moments reinforces her inner power. Building respect also means offering it. A woman who honors herself also understands the value of treating others with kindness and fairness. She listens, accepts different views, and stands firm without tearing others down. This mix of strength and compassion makes her admirable because it shows her care for others comes from solid self-respect. In the end, a woman who grows respect becomes a light to those around her. People admire her not because she demands their attention, but because she earns their trust and admiration through her choices, values, and the care she shows for both herself and others. That kind of respect runs deep, building meaningful relationships and lasting bonds. It leaves an unforgettable impression, and her influence stays even after she's gone. Letting go of outcomes is a powerful mindset, showing strength, clarity, and emotional maturity. It means pursuing goals, giving your all in relationships, and living with meaning without being obsessed with how things will end. A woman who embraces non-attachment does not place her happiness or peace of mind on whether things go exactly her way. Instead, she focuses on what she can give, what she can control, and trusts that the rest will take care of itself. This doesn't mean she lacks passion or doesn't care. In fact, it allows her to love and act more deeply because she's not driven by the fear of losing or failing. She knows she can shape her reality to a point, but she also knows not everything is within her grasp. This brings her a calming freedom because she's not trying to control every outcome. She's simply doing her part with full heart. This detachment shows deep self-trust. A woman who lets go of results, believes in herself enough to handle whatever comes. Whether she wins or loses, is accepted or rejected, she doesn't lose her sense of worth. That quiet belief helps her take chances, move boldly, and step into new spaces without fear of breaking down if things don't go as planned. In love and relationships, this attitude encourages truth and honesty. She doesn't pressure people into staying, doesn't cling from fear. She lets love grow naturally with space and respect. This gives the relationship room to breathe and deepen in a way that's genuine. Her freedom from attachment doesn't mean she is distant. It means she trusts love enough to let it be real. This way of thinking also builds resilience. When life surprises her, she doesn't fall apart. She adapts, learns, and moves forward with grace. She uses disappointment as a stepping stone to wisdom, not a reason to shut down. Her ability to walk away from fixed outcomes helps her grow stronger and stay centered. Letting go is closely tied to inner confidence. A woman who practices it knows her value isn't defined by achievements, relationships, or what she owns. She finds joy in the process, in learning, in living her purpose. That sense of self, calm and unshaken, is deeply attractive. It shows that she is balanced and whole on her own. In the end, non-attachment isn't giving up. It's giving your best without losing your peace in the process. It's letting life unfold while staying deeply rooted in what matters. This calm independence is magnetic. It shows that her joy and peace come from within, and that's a truth that pulls others toward her and stays with them long after. Freedom creates pursuit because it sparks a real desire in others to chase what cannot be forced or taken. When a woman walks with freedom in her choices, her heart, and her energy, she becomes powerfully appealing. Her freedom isn't just about living alone or doing things for herself. It's about emotional freedom. She doesn't need to control or cling, and that makes her energy feel light, strong, and inviting. A woman who lives freely gives space for others to come toward her on their own. She doesn't beg for love or attention. She doesn't play games or use tactics to keep someone interested. She shows up as she is, and that realness pulls people in. The lack of pressure opens the door for love that's genuine and free, born from admiration, not fear. Freedom shows confidence. A woman who finds happiness in her own path doesn't need others to tell her who she is. She has her own dreams, her own rhythm, and that gives her life a pulse that's alive and full. That kind of energy challenges others to meet her where she is, to bring the same fire and strength. Her freedom says, "I'm whole, but I welcome those who respect and match me." This kind of independence also builds lasting respect. She honors her space and lets others have theirs. She's not afraid of time apart or differences. She knows that true connection grows stronger when both people feel free to be fully themselves. That honesty in space makes people want to stay close. And perhaps most powerfully, her freedom keeps her fascinating. She's not easy to predict or fully figure out, and that mystery invites deeper exploration. Her presence remains fresh. Her energy stays alive, and the chase doesn't end. Because what she offers isn't possession, it's invitation. Life carries a rhythm and flow that belongs to her alone, and it invites others to make an effort to truly understand her. The journey becomes thrilling, because her freedom adds a layer of mystery, making her presence feel like a gift rather than something expected. More than that, freedom brings power. A woman who isn't desperate or dependent on specific outcomes allows others to enjoy her presence without feeling the pressure of hidden expectations. She becomes someone people are naturally drawn to, someone they admire because her freedom reflects an inner strength that is both comforting and challenging. In the end, freedom inspires pursuit because it sends a clear message of self-worth and abundance. A woman who is truly free doesn't need to chase anyone or anything because she already knows her own value. This calm confidence makes her all the more appealing, not because she demands attention, but because her independence makes her captivating. It's this beautiful mix of strength, independence, and openness that makes her unforgettable and genuinely desired. At its core, the power of detachment lies in what it silently expresses. I am complete, I am worthy, and I am free. A woman who knows and lives this truth doesn't have to ask for respect, attention, or love. Those things are drawn to her naturally. A strong sense of self, emotional independence, clear standards, and personal freedom create a magnetic pull that makes others want to be close, not out of pressure, but out of sincere admiration. The most powerful relationships and the deepest connections are always built on shared respect and willing choice, not on control or emotional neediness. When a woman embraces detachment, she steps fully into her own power. She shapes an environment where she is loved and appreciated for her real self. Let this be your reminder. The moment you stop chasing and begin standing strong in your true worth, you no longer have to run after anything. What's meant for you will come your way. Be free, be sure of yourself, and you'll find the world naturally moves closer to you.